let's talk about this new blog post from CZ that came out this morning. It's a thrilling read. I think everyone should go read it and not just listen to our dialogue about this story. But basically, CZ threw out his rules for an exchange, saying that he's a really, really boring guy, quote unquote there. Really, really boring guy. He talks about how he only has conversations for 15 minutes or less. He leaves group chats in the middle of them because he doesn't want to be bothered by notifications. And he reads books while he's in the shower. He listens to them while he's on the toilet. He listens to them when he's in the airplane. He reads about a book a week. There's a lot of interesting information here about a guy who's built an exchange that is now really a titan in the crypto industry in less than 5 years. Zach, up to you.
Will Foxley, I believe you accused me of simping CZ the other day, and I am here to clap back so hard on you for this choice of story.
I didn't simp there.
The level of simping of CZ in that intro was immense. This is great. This is standard tech fodder content. Wow, I'm a tech genius and I exit chats and oh my, this is how I do it. This is great. It's a nice little personal glimpse at how this man organizes his work life and even his personal life, and I appreciate it. But anyway, I'm just here for the clapback. I'm going to leave now. Wow. I'm going to pass it to Jen. Is there any insights in this productivity hack post that you see outside of the obvious here?
Yeah, first of all, this is hilarious, Will. I also was like, Will, why this? But okay, here we go. The communication tips part, it's fun. The communication tips part, I actually respect. He has like a whole blog post that he sends to people and says, this is how to communicate with me. And if you didn't get a response, this is why. I think that's better than no response. But let's get to some of the fun stuff in this. CZ is not experiencing any kind of culinary delight, and that makes me sad. He says when he goes to restaurants, he orders one of the first 3 things he sees on the menu, and he never goes for any kind of dining that is outside of like a really quick eating experience. This sounds like a sad life. And let's just say, like he says he doesn't spend time on communicating with people and doing anything fun, but I bet he spends a lot of time writing these blog posts and arguing with people on Twitter and lobbying crypto users to go over to Binance. And that's what he's spending his time on now. And maybe that's what he's got to spend his time on. But Zach, I don't know. You got something else?
No, I got to take it from Zach. I got to take it
I
from
Zach.
I got to defend my honor.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Yep.
I got to
defend your honor, sir. You got it.
Allow me this moment for 30 seconds. I brought this story up not to simp for CZ. He doesn't need it. He has all the money in the world. I brought this story up because it is just the classic cliche that we see with all these tech stories, right? And I wanted to throw that to you guys. I was throwing to you like a great story you can rip into and be like, this guy is faking it, or this guy is just appeasing to his audience. And yet you turn the guns on me. Zach, over to you.
I will graciously embrace that olive branch. Thank you, Will. The one piece that stood out to me, I think it's real. I mean, I think I've spoken with CZ on a number of occasions. I think he's a real straightforward communicator. I have no reason to believe this is fake. Sure, maybe it's a PR stunt. So, hey, he's a tech founder just like our tech founders. Wow. Oh my goodness. Amazing. What a guy. I get that. The one thing that stood out to me that I thought was funny and harkened back to other relatively famous crypto founders was the clothing thing, right? Where he buys in bulk, he hates shopping, he gets the thing that he knows he likes, and he gets like 10 of each of those things. And that reminded me of Sergey from Chainlink, who famously did the same thing and became a meme in the Link community, that he always has a particular plaid shirt. He always has the particular pants and the particular shoes, because that is sort of an indicator of efficiency and serious mindedness, that he cannot be bothered to think about what the wardrobe is going to be because he has the one that works the best and he goes to that every time. So that was a commonality that I saw, and that was the one thing that stood out to me. But Adam, I got to toss it to you. I got to get your take on this.
Yeah, just a quick thought here. I mean, when you're looking at someone like CZ, you have to compare it against the other folks who have kind of come before, as Will was sort of alluding to. Like, this is a pretty classic trope, effectively, of the person, the business person who's only focuses on the business, to which anything else is either education to make the business, something that's more successful, or it's a distraction essentially. And you can kind of see the curve of this. Like the early Google founders were really the same way. And so I think that it's an interesting reality that we exist in, where the appearance of a person and sort of the image that they put forward winds up being arguably almost as important as many of the business characteristics of the business that they actually build, because they kind of become the avatar for that thing. And so what I'm most interested in, honestly, is not what CZ looks like today when he is arguably at the height of power. He could have more success in the years to come. But again, as Will alluded to, I think history suggests that he will rise and then he will decline. And the companies that he's created are likely to do the same. Maybe that won't happen, but it would be basically a first time we've ever seen it in crypto. So I'm more interested in understanding, okay, so this is the peak or something that's close to the peak. What does he look like in 3 years? What changes at that point? Because it was a pretty big fall from grace that we saw from SBF. Alex Mashinsky was another example of this, and I suspect that that's not the last. And also, Will, just to say, I think that when we're talking about any of these exchanges right now, they are alleged frauds, not frauds at this point. But with that semantic argument, back to you, Zach.
I mean, I like the lifestyle blogs. Like, I will say that Vitalik also had a really good travel blog one time about he detailed with precision how he packed his something like 40-liter backpack that he lived out of for many months at a time. So please, crypto founders, lifestyle blogging such as this, it is an interesting window into the minds of people who are building relatively prominent things in this world. So yeah. Let's see more of these. We could do a whole crypto founder lifestyle corner in which we unpack some of the canonical texts relating to management style and lifestyle choices from some of these folks. It's going to be a good one. Jen, what do you think?
Zach, that's exactly what I was going to say. So I was going to pitch the lifestyle corner for the hash. So Will, back to you for final thoughts.
Wow, this is like a 180 from the beginning of the conversation. First, I'm being called a simp, and now you guys want to make a whole segment about it. I don't really know.
Yeah, it happens on this show. Are you new here?
Makes no sense.
Well, it's okay. Sorry for calling you out. I apologize. Accept my apology, sir.